everybody. What's going on?
That sounded crazy.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Chad, what's going on? So yeah, we're gonna be talking about. Well, first off, I'm getting ahead of myself. How's everyone doing?
Hello.
Pleasantries first.
Let's see. We actually physically talked to each other, well, in a virtual space, talked to each other less than like 20 hours ago. So
right. I still have our scoreboard from our podcast recording. That's all.
Don't
I'll say.
share that. That's
No spoilers.
No,
spoilers.
nobody can know.
It's right over here.
Nobody can know. Nobody.
But speaking of spoilers,
happy Halloween season.
Happy
October 1st.
Happy spooky season is upon us. I'm happy. There he
Very
is.
excited. We're very excited.
Spoiler
alert. Is that
alert.
the spoiler alert?
Whoa.
Jamie, as you were saying.
We're very excited. So as I was saying, spoiler alert for the Lego Halloween Terrifying Tales.
That's what
Terrifying
it's called.
Tales. It's something close like that. There you go. We know what it is. You know who it is.
Jack, I really like that shirt. I think I've commented on it before, but
Yeah, my squadron
nice.
shirt.
It's sharp.
I wear it whenever I fly.
With the
Matt, I really like that
Republic
sweatshirt.
logo. Oh, thank you. It's not Star Warsy though. I'm sorry.
Spooky season.
It's too cold in my room.
We're going to be talking about the Halloween Lego tail thing.
Let's do it.
How'd you guys enjoy it? I know, Matt, you hadn't watched the Christmas one.
No.
Jack, I think you had, you said.
Yeah.
So, but Matt, we'll start with you, I guess, since this was like a new thing for you. How'd you enjoy it?
I loved it. I thought it was a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like a ton of fun. And I was like kicking myself the whole time going, I wish this wasn't Lego. I wish this was like canon or like some aspects of it.
Right.
Like exploring, the Vader's castle and all that. Like I really want that. Like
I know.
I hope they take aspects of this and it seems like they have in the past from like the Freemaker adventures and stuff. They've taken elements from those. So I'm hoping we get some stuff from this in, featured material.
The same goes with the Christmas one now. I'm hoping you go back and watch that. Maybe you're coming over maybe tomorrow, so maybe we'll watch that with you or something.
Gonna
Watch
that.
Christmas special.
Probably watch. I was probably gonna watch that around Christmas.
Maybe they'll make a new
There
one.
goes the
They
next
could
friend.
announce that by now. But anyways, the Christmas one was great, and I felt the same way after I watched that. That I hope they, literally the Rey and Finn stuff, like that going forward. And I'm like, oh, and then there's a lot of stuff in this one, as you just mentioned, that we'll get to that seemed like a cool idea. Going to Vader's castle, exploring some stuff there. And I really thought it was a nice touch where when Poe landed on Mustafar after he took out the First Order remnants, which we've talked about being a thing in the past in some story. There's another thing that they can take. He landed on like the forests that we kind of saw where Kylo was, right? Like that was a nice touch to have the trees and whatnot.
Korvax and Fenn.
Yeah, so that was cool.
I guess so. I was laughing the entire time when he landed because it makes sense that they did, but they just reused the assets that they did for the little shorts that they made. So like the one that is the Bad Batches one takes place like in a forest, which is that forest, and then they go to a town, which is the town that they used in the Kylo short as well.
Right.
So the entire time I'm just like, oh, it's the pumpkin batch. That's what this one is. But I loved it because in the first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to talk. Let's continue.
No, I mean you were going. Might as well keep going.
I was going. I was going because let's just jump right into the first short, The Lost Boy.
I loved all the title cards for each one. Too.
I know.
Oh wow! How did I not pick that up?
I mean, it's obvious now.
So look very closely at this, right? So let's scroll it back. So the way that the entire thing is set up is it's the story and the creepy old guy. I forget his name, Matt. I'm sorry.
Vinay. I keep want to call him Veneer.
I misheard Grabala call him Renee, and I was like, that's not a Star Wars name. But you're just.
That's funny because I was thinking about how I thought his name was French. I'm like, why do I think that? Oh, it rhymes with Renee. So
yeah.
I like as I think Brent was saying, seeing Grabala the Hutt is always as much as I don't watch the Lego stuff really, except for like the holiday stuff. But he's a funny character, and he's voiced by the same guy who voices Master Shake in Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, that's
great.
so
So that's how I recognize that voice.
I was wondering the same thing. Yeah.
I was
That's
like, I
funny.
instantly am like, I know that from somewhere, and I just love his delivery. He's just a very funny character to have around. He's like Zero if he wasn't obnoxious.
I love the way his belly bounces. It's very
Yeah.
un-Lego.
Yeah, his
around.
jiggle physics were.
Dude, his jiggle
top
physics
tier.
were like top tier is right. I
It's
love
the first time you hear
jiggle.
about that phrase.
But Vinay,
What?
I didn't know his
Jiggle.
name. I didn't know Vinay's name.
I'm surprised you didn't
until
know
this
his name.
special, which is kind of funny to me. That I was like,
Yeah.
I learned something from this special. Dana Snyder voices him from Brent to Age of Grogu. I feel like I recognize that name from something else too.
Yeah, Millie's right. He is technically Grabala is technically canon. He's canonized in a droid book. You know, in the same way that
Yeah, and he's in Rogue One.
Revan is
and
currently canon.
Yeah,
he's in
and Vinay was
Tales
the
of
guy
Vader's Castle as well, I believe,
who
which is essentially what
interrupted
this
Vader's
was.
bath in Rogue One.
Exactly, that's what Millie was just saying.
Yeah,
He prepared his bath. How dare you? He didn't interrupt it.
he interrupted it. He comes in. He's like, "My lord."
But as we saw in this, he prepares Vader's bath.
That's true. It's very nice of him to do
Your
that.
bath is ready whenever you want to hop in.
He's Bathmaster.
Lot of
Renee.
Renee.
Bathmaster Renee.
Bassmasters. It's a fishing show.
Is he a bath lord?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Where were we?
Right. So Lost Boy?
Lost Boy.
Lost Boy.
Okay, so the whole thing is framed. Vinay is telling them like spooky stories while they're touring Grabala's new casino resort thing that he's setting up in Vader's former castle.
Hopefully cheaper than Star Cruiser, you know.
Probably
You never
not.
know.
Maybe
Never
it's
know.
Lego too, so that bumps it up as we learned last
That's
night.
true.
So
Right.
the Lost Boy, the first story he tells, because he pulls out Ren's mask, which I
Oh.
mean, we already saw that in the trailer. I would have absolutely lost my mind if we didn't see that in the trailer. Maybe I probably wouldn't have even watched this if we hadn't seen that trailer, though. So
I
maybe
would've
that was a
watched
good
it.
thing.
Boo,
Yeah.
get out of here.
We would have. I would have because we would have been doing this anyway. But I would have lost it if they pulled out Ren's mask for the first time because that was such a cool reveal. We need like a Lego Ren set now.
I know with the knights and the
Oh,
bikes and all that.
excuse me.
No.
Yeah, but there's no
No,
Ren.
Ren.
We need
Mr. Ren
Ren.
Not
himself.
Knights of Ren.
With the helmet and
Jimothy Ren,
Yes.
I will have you know,
king of Rens.
this short starts and it shows like the village and whatnot, and you just hear it. You hear the night buzzard
just rolling.
farted
coal
swinging, and
just
I
flying down.
audibly gasped. And I'm pretty sure AJ gave me a look that was just like, "Are you serious?" But
No, I was watching it. I was looking at this TV.
Yeah, you didn't even notice. I thought you gave me a judging look, but you didn't, which is why it's great. And I am so excited that they obviously used the Lego set in the Lego show, because this is my second favorite ship. That's my first favorite ship, and now you know.
Dude, the Night Buzzard is great. We need more Night Buzzard.
We do
For sure.
need more Night Buzzard.
We
I
need
mean,
more Night
like,
Buzzard.
Jamie,
We
you
need
were
more
gonna,
8-man. We need
I-
more Knights
Before
of
we got a
Ren.
little sidetracked, you were gonna
so before we
compare
got fully sidetracked,
this
yes.
to this.
So originally, yes. Okay, let me explain my process there. Let me explain my process. So, like, I have never seen the Lost Boys.
there's that.
So I thought, my brain, I thought that this logo looked a lot like the American Horror Story logo, and
Well,
it
does though. It
And
looks
it
like
does.
both. So I guess American Horror Story
It
is
does.
that from that.
However, right before we jumped on, Matt's just like, "It's the Lost Boys." So Matt, and you can see it is exactly the same
Oh my
logo.
God. I mean,
Matt,
if
please
it wasn't-
explain.
if it wasn't
I need to watch
obvious
Lost Boys now.
from the title of the short itself and the fact that Christian Slater was voicing Ren, Christian Slater being the main vampire in the gang of vampires from that movie. Literally, Ben Solo's journey in the show or in the short is literally exactly what happens in the Lost Boys. It's like this kid, they move to this like beach community, and he's feeling like, lost. And he
Oh,
encounters
really?
these like really cool kids who are like hanging out and like doing stuff at night, and he's like, I'm gonna become a
Kiefer Sutherland's
vampire
there.
just like you guys. And all of the trials they put him through, like the Knights of Ren put him through, are in the Lost Boys, like hanging off the bridge and jumping into the fog. That's how like he first learns to
Oh
like,
man.
fly. And like
You said this was in it.
dancing
Yeah,
on the
that's
beach,
a beach scene. Yeah.
by like the fire.
Oh.
That's what they do like every night. That's like their main thing is they just like
That's
cause
like the one
mischief and
scene
hang
I've
out on the
seen.
beach.
This is really funny because I always think back to
I wish I knew
I-
of this. Yeah, I feel like I missed
I
out.
wish I knew it too. Now I need to like go back and like rewatch all of it. But like I love how that's what they ended up doing. But it goes back. There was the costume designer for Force Awakens, in concept artist Glenn Dillon. He always said that the Knights of Ren, they were inspired by pretty much a group of misguided youths, which is exactly like what this was, and that's all I could think of the entire time. And I'm like, this is perfect. And I'm pretty sure he referenced the Lost Boys like when like this came up, and at the time I was just like, I don't know what's going on, and now I'm just like, oh, I'm such an idiot.
I feel like
funny.
They like
It's
took
funny
that concept and ran with it. Like the creators were like, oh yeah, misguided youths. I just watched Lost Boys last night. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, it perfectly matches up with, with like as Millie pointed out. What I was thinking the whole time is, and I'm sure you guys were too, is that it's like a perfect mash of that and the Ben Solo comic where we get to see him actually become Kylo Ren, and like
exactly.
that.
It's like
it just meshed perfectly.
The comic. It's a loose adaptation of Ben Solo's origin story. Yeah,
very loose,
mixed with the Lost Boys.
It's the feeling of Ben's, corruption by Ren, and then mostly Lost Boys.
Yeah, and then Luke's temple like doesn't get.
We got to do Lost
destroyed,
Boys reaction now
because they were like.
We'll watch it. We'll watch the Lost Boys. It never was on my radar. Maybe tomorrow. That would be probably make more sense than the Christmas one. Probably. Right?
But we have Bond to watch tomorrow. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Right.
I was happy to just see the Luke's temple planet again, and still no name
whatever
for
it is.
Not that they would drop it in a Lego special, but what planet is that?
I almost got Batu vibes from it. Almost.
I like the village.
Like the mossy cliffs and stuff like that. I don't know. It just gives me like Batu vibes, but it's definitely not Batu.
It does help, Chad.
Thank
We're
you,
not
Chad.
alone.
You're with them. That's nice of you. You should watch Lost Boys, though, Chad. You got to watch Lost Boys.
It sounds great. So I'm excited.
Where'd Jack go?
Jack, you still with us?
Jack?
We lost.
Yeah, sorry.
We lost our boy.
Ignore me. I'll be back.
Jack's gone.
He's
the Lost Boy.
I'm the Lost Boy. I'm the Lostest boy.
Oh my gosh.
I actually really loved this short. I thought it was a great way, because like each short is kind of like each era in Star Wars, right? Like we get the sequels short, we get the prequels short, we get the original trilogy short. And it's mostly, while the original trilogy is more, there goes the Knights of Ren again. Well, the original trilogy is mostly sticking with like what we see in the movies. The other two eras, they do like the expanded material. Like, they cover the comic in the sequels era, and they cover the Clone Wars stuff in the prequels era. Which I thought was really cool, because it really is like branching these eras out to like the media that encompasses them, not just the movies,
right?
Which I thought was really cool for a Lego.
As like a major Kylo Ren Ben Solo fan, I probably liked this story the least out of all of them. But I feel like that's because I haven't watched Lost Boys. I feel like that's where all the enjoyment came from for this. And if I knew about that, I would be like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I don't know. I still loved it. And it was hilarious. I missed all the jokes probably.
I feel like this also goes back to the age-old story of they changed the story like situation. Because like it wasn't the Knights of Ren comic, but it wasn't supposed to be. Yeah. So like there's probably like a bit of that in like the noodle
I
there.
Actually like it's one of those things where it instead of
I loved it.
like
exactly, yeah.
It's like a Greek myth, like it's just like that kind of hint of a retelling. Like Disney's Hercules isn't nearly like an actual Hercules, and like, but that enjoyment of Disney's version may spark the interest in the real deal. Oh, it's spooky season, I guess. Spooky cat.
There he goes.
But it's
like he decided to spook in.
I mean, Vinay was talking out of his rear end the whole time, anyways. So obviously, all these were.
Well, right, exactly.
He doesn't know what happened.
Poe was like, no, that didn't happen. All of those stories are more of an adaptation of the loose stories that we know happened, right? Yeah. Like it's like Ben Solo's fall, but it's Lost Boys,
Yeah.
Like a what if
the
for Luke
story
Skywalker.
Can always change along the way. You can change it to make it more exciting. So
a really cool duel between Maul and Grievous, but like Maul has spider legs when he's not supposed to, so it's like, but it's great. What? I mean, again.
Did he start with spider legs when they first found him?
He started with spider legs, but then after when Mother Talzin gives him like the new legs, they're not spider legs. But he was like, nah, I want the spider legs. And they went with that, and I thought that was really cool. It was like Spider Legs Maul versus Grievous was a fight I never thought they would do.
It was totally It was totally like the fight that you do with your Legos when you're
Nothing.
like,
Exactly.
I'm going to
I'm
take
so
Darth Maul
proud of
and
you
put
guys.
him on this spider monster, and
Exactly.
he's going to duke it out with Grievous.
I love.
How did we
Biff
get
wailing
to
on
How
the
did we get
sack.
to the mall one already?
I wasn't done talking about the clue
I
horn.
I wasn't done
Capsule
either.
Solo.
All
in the
right,
middle
all
of
right.
this
We're not done
movie.
here.
How
I
each
was
We never
show
go in
my
perfect order.
brains.
deviated from the
fantastic.
stories. That's all.
You deviated.
I
There
deviated.
goes
I
my
deviated talking about the
hero.
deviances.
And like, guys, like the complete 80s montage. Obviously, with all of this, they just break out the legit saxophone,
Oh
clue
my God.
horn in the Star Wars universe, and like literally at one point.
Universe.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Playing the jizz. Like
Usually
you
it
never
is
heard
Matt that
before.
says it.
Yeah, dude. Plain jizz.
Play that
24/7.
clue horn. I am so excited that we got
I loved-
that. So
I loved him getting the name Kylo from the Knights, just like mocking him.
Yeah.
Kylo, and then he's like, you know what? I like this name, but
What is a Kylo? I'm
Kylo.
even less. I'm less
Kylo.
certain of what a Kylo is after watching that.
I think
A
they
wimp.
were making fun of like the whole Kylo Ren meme.
Maybe.
Like
I don't
in
know.
real life that people have always said, like, oh,
We
Krylo.
still don't-
So like maybe
we still
maybe
don't
they were-
technically know. In the Ben Solo
Before.
comic, he like says he has a name that a new name he wants to go by, but he doesn't say like how he came up with it necessarily, or he doesn't say it out loud even. It's
Yeah.
kind of at the end. He says it to Snoke in that weird thing we see in the High Republic, that weird station. But
I
it's
know
all,
that,
Matt and I have met over this many times, and
Oh, yeah.
it's from Skywalker and Solo combined.
I know. Yeah, I know. Charles Soule specifically went out of his way on Twitter to say it's not that. It's very
But
clear.
that's all we have right now. Charles,
Sky, just
Charles,
take
if
the
you're
S off,
listening,
low from Solo. Kylo.
we'll find out eventually.
Because
It's
I
like
feel like they
JD,
didn't
like
want to call
Doctor
him
and Acula.
Skylo.
Yeah.
Literally.
But I guess with that being said, we can move on to
I am.
Maul vs. Grievous, because that was really cool.
Yeah.
It
So,
was great,
uh,
dude. I was like loving that one.
You
Let
got the
me
graphics,
do-
Jamie?
Yeah. Let me do my call out here for this. So you ready? So the Dueling Monstrosities was
I
the
want those
name
as
of
posters.
this. Like, isn't this really, really cool?
Yeah.
Dueling
that's great.
Monstrosities. And I had to bring up.
Is that like a reference to like King Kong versus?
Oh no,
Godzilla?
yeah, just like classic
Maybe.
ones. And so this is for like later. I just want to bring that up
Well,
for
yeah,
later.
the Wookiee's
But it's
paw.
like a classic, like
The Wookiee's paw.
like
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, we'll get
poster,
there.
Dueling Monsters. So
I love that.
I'm like looking through my photos and I'm like, oh, I don't have a direct comparison, but think
I
like
was
classic movie
excited.
monster. That's what it is.
Dueling
Yeah.
Monstrosity sounds very like 30s,
even, like-
40s Universal horror, or like one of those like
Yeah.
offshoots.
I was thinking like an old Toho, Godzilla
Yeah.
versus King
me
Kong.
look at
Like
this
just
again.
seems like fighting
It's
monsters.
it's also very like, which is also inspired by that. It's also very Courage the Cowardly Dog, like before those stories. Like they'd show the giant thing and the shadows. So it,
Yeah.
they all were
Yeah.
inspired by the classic horror things. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Can't wait
course.
for the Scooby Doo crossover with that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah,
I think
that
that's
was-
already. Is
That's
that
the
already
next-
out? I feel like that's
I
out.
forget. I gotta check.
Matt was telling me about that, and I'm like,
I'm
what?
pumped, dude.
Anyway, sorry. Totally.
Scooby-Doo.
There's a
Scooby Doo and
Scooby-Doo
Courage the Cowardly
Cowardly
Dog.
Dog crossover coming out.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I thought you were talking about the Scooby Doo reference in this thing.
There's a Scooby Doo General Grievous crossover event happening. Soon.
There you go. That's not what it is. That's not
It's
what
gonna
it is.
chop Shaggy in half. It's gonna
That's what
be
it had.
brutal.
That's what happened.
Oh, good.
It's gonna be the most epic
Frankenstein
fight you've ever
vibes,
seen.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
I don't
absolutely
have
right.
as much to say about this one, but yeah, I definitely see it.
Millie's absolutely right. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that.
The best part of
I like
any of these Lego things is Palpatine, by the way.
I love
Palpatine-
Lego Palpatine.
Lego Palpatine
Hilarious.
is the
What did he-
best.
What did he say when he pushed Maul off the ledge at the end? He was like,
Pushity-
"Pushies."
Pushity push or something
Pushity
like
push,
that.
He's like,
yeah,
wait for it, wait for
Pushy
it.
push.
There we go.
Yeah, just
And
like
he listens
listening.
to him fall.
It's like
oh
they're
my
like, hey,
God.
can we just rip off Robot Chicken?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Palpatine?
dude, he's
That's what it
literally
reminds me
Robot
of.
Chicken Pal.
And
It's
we're
so
all
good.
we're all totally on board.
I
It's not the
love
same voice, is it?
No,
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
I love the
There's Papa
Lego
Palpatine.
Vader and Lego Palpatine like dynamic as well, because Vader's like literally just like such a wuss, and then like Palpatine's just like, oh, this guy, he sucks.
That's
And
what's
then
so
Vader's
good about
just
the-
like,
want my
The
decoration.
Christmas
to
one
look
is like
good.
all that, which is what makes that
Yeah.
fun. But
Yeah,
It's just so cute. I love it.
yeah. It's like my only complaint with this is not enough Lego Palpatine.
Yeah.
seriously,
think
and
it
whenever
was
he's on the
just
screen,
enough.
it's do you need a cough drop? That's what Maul said, right?
Oh, he's like, I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel with General. What was it? What did he say? It was a
General
good one.
Heavis. Or
Heavis.
General
like-
Weezus.
Weezus. Weezus.
General Weezus over here.
General Weezus. I still love that detail that was literally George Lucas's coughs in the movie. That's my favorite little detail.
Oh,
He got
that's awesome.
pneumonia over the weekend and he recorded all his coughs and wheezes and then use
We'll give this
those
to the
for General
villain.
Grievous. I love
I
it.
didn't love the picture in, but when Grievous gets fixed, and then the droid that fixed him, literally all AJ just
Oh, it
looks
was
at me,
Matt.
and he's just like, "Sir, please
Sir,
leave.
please
Or,
leave.
Sir,
Sir, please
what did I
leave."
do?"
Now, is that the same droid from the Clone Wars?
It must be.
I don't
It's like the
remember.
same room.
It doesn't look the same. I don't
Why
think
not?
It's been
it
a hot
didn't
minute.
look
It's a
like
Lego.
totally the same. True. Dude, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Abbott and Costello, classic.
100%. I love that
But
like Vader is so
Palpatine-
sad.
Thanks to Ian McDermott, he just has Palpatine just always has an extra layer of campiness to him that like you usually get in like Disney villains.
He's loving
Yeah,
it. He's loving
absolutely.
every second of it.
So it's just good to see that still living strong in old Palpsy.
Yeah. It's good to see him
When
still
Maul,
enjoying
when
what
they
he
were doing
loves.
all the different
my
experiments on
favorite.
Maul, he had the
Yes.
BB-9 rolling around.
Who thought that was going to be? Who pitched that? I want to know.
Good. I like
Oh,
it.
that tells him. Just
It's
hear me.
it's funny that they did like half like the probe droid, because probably when Visions dropped like last week, they were probably like, that was supposed to be our guy. Like, they probably like didn't know about it. And
When this one started, I thought we were gonna see like Grievous and go to Dathomir, because we all know that's
And
what happens
kill
eventually.
Mother Talzin.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I
And
thought
wipe
that's might
out
have
all
been
the
where it was
witches.
going or something.
Yeah,
but
some light genocide for this lovely Lego special for
I was
Halloween.
slightly hoping we'd see Marin.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
we see this did get violent. The
cool.
next one got violent. Because we
Yeah.
see Luke killing
Oh, yeah.
rebels.
That's
blasting
true,
them away.
which was nuts.
Wild.
But let's not do what we did last
We'll
time.
talk
Let's
about
keep it.
that.
Let's keep it to the short.
Keep it to the
what
short.
else do you guys think of
I
this
really
one?
liked the concept. I liked the lightsaber they were going after. What was
That
it
was cool.
called?
Oh,
Had a cool
Oh, yeah, we
name.
haven't even really talked about the crew that's
the actual
like
story.
on the
Yeah.
ride,
Crew.
because like
Poe and
there's
BB-8.
Poe,
Poe.
and then he runs
Poe.
into this kid Dean.
Dean.
Who,
I like Dean.
He's his voice is so cute. But
Was he like a brand new person? He wasn't from like
think so.
Freemakers or anything,
I
right?
don't know
think
if he's
so.
from Freemaker
Okay.
or anything.
I'm not sure about that. But yeah, he was great. He was cute.
Yeah,
Um,
and when he started getting like the glow of the red in his eyes, I'm like, oh, don't
Like,
go with
uh-oh.
that
I
sort
knew
of
it.
guy.
Ooh,
You knew that was
great
gonna
question
happen
by
soon.
Millie
Oh,
here
of
that
course.
Jamie and I asked each other. When they said Grievous's real name, did
Yes.
we
Yeah.
already know that or not? Or like it must be out there somewhere, right?
I think we knew that from like maybe either like reference books, or it would just like carried over from Legends, and we all just assumed it was the same. But this might have been the first time anybody's spoken
Which is
his name
hilarious.
on screen.
Could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, again, Lego
That's funny to think
paving the way for canon. I love it.
Yep, there we go.
They're laying some gravel.
But
There
it
we
is
go.
it's good that they kept the canon. They kept his Legends name intact, but they didn't keep his Legends backstory intact, and I like that. I'm happy about that.
Darth Dean.
Darth Dean.
I loved Dean. Yeah, it
Darth
continues
Hideous.
to-
Boy
He-
vibes.
Do
but
you
yeah.
remember that when Palpatine called Vinay Darth Hideous? That was
Yeah, that was great.
Palpatine
Right.
had so
He's
many
just the
good
best.
one-liners.
yeah.
Oh, so we have Dean, and then who are the two from Visions?
Dan and
Dean,
Ethan.
Dan,
Dean, Dan, and Ethan.
and Ethan. Dean, Dan, and
yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah, we're getting into.
But let's
those
go back
real names.
to Grabala's palace and whatnot. Jamie, I
Yeah.
know one of your favorite things was when they enter
Yeah.
the hallway, and he has all the
Oh
different.
yeah.
He rattles
Yeah,
off all the armor.
He's
Yeah.
like the troopers greet you when you walk in, and I got all of them: scout, snow, shore, death. I loved it. Like I love when
Yeah.
he's
And
you- and then Skelly. Just as an excuse
Skelly.
to get Poe into like a skeleton like garb,
Hey,
just to get
Halloween
him in dressed
costume.
like a skeleton, just to have BB-8 roll through the orange paint to become a
accidentally
pumpkin.
slides through.
all of
Love
us, all of
that.
us costumers are just like with a checklist. Like, okay,
All right,
Yeah.
skeleton.
They got to
troopers.
make those into figures now, like minifigures you can get.
Well,
real.
most of them they do. I mean, like seeing the Shore Trooper though, I don't think we ever got any Rogue One sets, and so like
No,
I
I
don't have,
meant
like,
Poe
one of
and a
those,
skeleton
but-
and BB-8 painted up.
Oh jeez,
That's what
I
I
would
meant,
love
yeah.
that.
I think you could do that on your own. I think they probably have some kind of like skeleton, not like a skeleton minifigure. 'Cause I
True.
know they have those, but like some kind of
You just slap
minifigure
a
with
first order on
skeleton
it.
paint on it, and you could
Yeah.
plop Poe's head on him. BB-8 would be more difficult for sure. You'd have to paint that. If you wanted
I
to
love
custom
how
it.
Garbala and his
Garbala
merch
literally.
store.
I was just gonna say has all of the
Yeah.
the gift shop and like it's the Vader
Merchandising.
and
Vader like
animatronic.
points them to whatever it was called. I forget the name of the shop, but that was
I find
good.
your lack of
the
merchandise.
Vader like guide was so great. Like, boy, just that magnificent armor reduced to that.
I know.
So
I
good.
know.
His Force Ghost is just like
Jeez.
I don't like this.
Haunting the halls of the castle, watching his mechanized
Farm boy, what's
monstrosity.
going on? What's going on, buddy?
How's it going?
Oh yeah,
What
and
is-
I feel like so then we had the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
talk
let's
about
go
the
to
next one.
Let's go to the next one. So the next one.
Start
Little
talking about the
Wookiee's Paw.
holocron.
Wookiee's Paw, which is
So
literally
Because
Twilight
apparently a wish that has a bad silver lining to
Yeah.
it is too hard
There
a
it
concept
is.
to just spell out. So I got to do a whole story about it.
Zone. Yeah.
No, but it was
This
cute.
was
did
probably
we
my
all see
favorite
that?
one.
Want me to do it one more time? So the
Do it one more
logo.
time.
So Wookiee's Paw
Wookiee's Paw.
is literally
The stars are
Twilight
connected.
Zone.
He
I
even
am
says
so
for your
excited seeing that.
consideration
Yeah.
before they start, which is the classic line that the announcer would say.
yeah.
Yeah, what's his
Yeah.
name?
You know
what I just realized?
Rod Sterling.
They did
Yeah.
a Twilight Zone thing. They could have easily made a Tower of Terror joke in this.
Maybe they
'Cause
did.
they're in a big
And that's
tower.
back on,
Yeah.
which I'm excited for.
Go back,
What do you
what?
call it?
What's back on?
It was off.
Well, the Tower of Terror movie was canceled, and then Scarlett
Oh.
Johansson and Disney settled their suit, so it's back on.
Oh, I didn't even know
There's
That's
that.
not what I was
movie?
talking about, but okay.
Is it
Yeah, there's a movie coming out. Sorry,
I am not on this wavelength.
I thought it
today.
was relevant.
Obviously, I am just on the Knights of Ren and the Bith playing the
Dylan.
horn and all
I was just
of
referring to
the
the ride.
battle droids, which we're about to
Oh,
get
yeah.
to, but not yet.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
was
After the
essentially
Yeah,
essentially
it was
a
what if.
Thank you.
technically.
If
100%.
everybody clamoring for the what ifs, everybody, I know
Do
a
it in
lot of
Lego
people have been
form.
clamoring for Star Wars what ifs. This was it. You got your what if. There he is.
There he
I would have loved to
is.
have seen like a bit where Vinay or someone's like, so I don't get it. Where was the downside? Because it sounded like he got fast tracked through the Empire. I mean, that's a pretty good gig right there.
Yeah.
I mean, where was the downside?
He accidentally. I mean, he's probably going to get
yeah,
demoted
yeah.
for what he did.
That's
I would
probably
say.
gonna come
Blowing
back
up
to
the
haunt
Death
him,
Star as an Imperial is probably not the best idea.
I love how
What do you call the spin move? The
Oh, what did he call
The
it?
180
reverse-
proton.
180
Yeah,
reverse
180
proton.
proton. Yeah,
that was great.
I love how Vader's like, he's doing the move.
No.
And he's like, no, don't do the
that
move.
crazy son of a.
It's so good. It's so funny.
I love how they made it the slightly what if scenario though. So they had Leia be the pilot. That was really cool.
Yes,
and then we have
and
old Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan in
Yeah.
an X-wing.
So good.
That was-
Voiced by
and
he's
James
like,
Arnold
oh,
Is
Taylor.
that James
I'm
Arnold
gonna
Taylor?
leave.
It sounded
Yeah.
like James Arnold
Yeah, it
Taylor
was.
doing his best old Ben.
Right.
But who did
Um,
the voice for Maul? Was it Sam
It
Witwer?
it didn't sound like.
We
Yeah,
agree, Brent.
kinda
We agree,
sounded
Brent.
him
I-
to me.
That cast page went by really, really quickly, so I didn't
It did.
get to read all of it.
That was one I didn't get. To
I
So did
I
that
love how
question.
I love how Watto gave him the monkey's
Dude,
monkey's
yeah.
paw.
Yeah.
Aw, holy crap. Yeah,
Gotta
and
love Watto.
So
Because when-
gosh.
Uncle
When's it
Owen
Mos
comes in, he's like,
Espa?
go to Mos Espa. And I'm like, why would he go to Mos Espa? Mos Espa's
Well-
far, dude.
Matt
Yeah.
and Chad in the chat and anyone else.
That's
I
a
was
friend.
really hoping we were gonna get
was Sam.
another
We got
reference
new-
photo for
We got
the
new
Lars
angles of
Homestead.
the Lars Homestead.
But we
I was
didn't-
thinking the same thing. I was like, Lars Homestead.
I'm gonna have to go look back.
But we
Write
just
that
got-
down.
we
Write that
got
down.
It was
We
Sam
got the
Witwer,
logo.
by the way.
It
Oh, it
was.
was.
According to Brent.
It sounded
That's
like
good,
it to
okay.
me, so I don't know why you
It
guys
did.
doubted it. Like,
definitely
I thought
sounded
it
like
was-
it.
No,
It
it was
sounded
just
like
like. it
Maybe it's
sounded
because he
a bit
had some
off.
silly lines, and you're like, Maul wouldn't be in a silly, goofy mood, and like, it's
It's
Nah,
not
Sam
as
Witwer's
obvious
the
as
kinda
like
guy to play
Grievous or
along
the
with
B
that.
ones.
Well, yeah, we had Matthew Wood
Okay.
come back as those guys, so it was perfect.
that
so
would
good.
also did the voice for the One Knight of Ren that speaks, which I believe was Trujan, and I
and
don't
Ben
have
Solo. He did the voice
and
for
Ben
Ben
Solo.
Solo.
and I
Pilot
don't
Leia
have
was
the Trujan Lego.
best.
I'm sad.
Matthew
agree.
Wood does the Kylo in Battlefront 2, right?
No, I think that's someone else.
Okay, good. Because in Battlefront 2, it's
It's
terrible.
not good.
It's
And I love
good.
Matthew Wood. so-
Still not as bad as the Darth Vader in the original Battlefront.
Oh, yeah.
Literally a guy
Yeah.
with like a toilet paper roll over it going, oh, it's me, Darth Vader. It's like, oh my God,
spoiled.
it's terrible.
Being an Anakin main because I can just get away. I just get away.
Chad, we got to check out your improvements.
Oh,
You
yeah.
started Octo,
I saw
like,
the
late
picture
last
you
night.
posted on the Discord. Very good. Very good. I
We'll
like
get
it.
to it. Maybe
love it.
tonight.
So yeah,
So
this
where
is
are
the
we
only
in the
photo I
story?
have from that. But
I
where are we
love-
in the story?
What do you mean? We're just about at the end.
well, we're about
So
at the end.
Vinay gets the holocron,
Yeah.
builds
Mhm.
a crazy
Mech suit.
Crazy
mech
mech
suit,
suit. I guess
which
we're
is
skipping over
which is
the Luke
cool.
story.
with Ren's helmet and whatnot. And
Loren's
Very
helmet, the
inventive design.
holocron, the
we get
just like the
Any
a
Tell us-
treasure
lightsaber.
chest of a treasure trove, excuse me, of references to other things. Scooby Doo,
Oh yes.
The
Here we
Shining.
go.
We get like 3 Shining references.
Get ready
at
for
least.
this.
Here's
So-
B12489116.
Oh, that was great.
Yes. That needs
I
to
was
be in
hoping
the
he was gonna say
background.
"Here's Roger," but I like
That's
what
my
they did. I
favorite.
like.
Oh,
the-
yeah, here's
Roger.
Roger too.
Oh, that would have been good.
That's a Here's Roger.
That was good. That was good.
I named that one Here's Roger. So I loved all the battle droids. Look at this. Look at them.
That was dude,
Look at
creepy.
them.
It
So
was.
creepy.
Great.
And
So
like
creepy.
I love just like the whole Roger.
I got
like,
vibes
just
of,
seeing zombies walking around, and I loved
Roger.
it.
I got vibes from the side-on story by our good friend
Landry Q. Walker.
Landry Q.
Landry
Walker. That when the battle droids are coming out of the ground and their kicks and side-on are there, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
There's
Yeah.
I've been listening to the Aftermath novels, and there's a scene in the Aftermath novels, the first one, where they're going through like a derelict droid factory, and all the droids seemingly come back to life and attack them, but it turns out it was actually the natives wearing the droids as armor, like they like dismantled them and like
That's
wore
very,
the
like,
heads as helmets and the,
Walking Dead-esque.
yeah.
But let's get into
But
that.
I at first when I was reading it, I thought, oh, that's such a cool idea. Like B1 zombie battle droids is a really like great idea.
It
And
is,
even
yeah.
though they
I love
didn't-
it.
they like make you think that's what's happening, and then they go in another direction. I'm glad we got B1 battle droid zombies.
What was the alien
Alien
reference?
reference.
I might have missed
What was
that.
the alien reference at the beginning?
Well, there is a
Brent
reference
will
that
tell us.
that I interpreted as kind of like a Ghostbusters reference, but we'll get to that. It already happened though. I'm not sure what the alien reference was. Please explain. But
Oh, and the droid.
Eliminate.
Oh, it was NLI8.
NILA.
Annihilate.
Yeah.
NILA8.
Oh,
That
I
was
get
it.
it.
Look
NILA8.
at her. I love how like they literally had Poe make like a joke as well, and Garbala's just like, really that's amusing to you right now? Because like
Focus on
that was
wordplay.
amusing to me immediately. The NILA. I was like, ha ha ha. This is cute.
Brent,
but
don't leave us hanging. I need that reference. What was the alien
what's that
reference at the
alien
beginning?
reference?
of
Typing
the-
it out.
at the beginning
I
of the
can
thing?
I can sense him typing it out in the
the
footage.
Ghostbusters reference, Ghostbusters 2, remind me of this, but like the face in the ceiling when looking at Ben Solo, I'm just kind of like melting through the
think-
ceiling. That's like in Ghostbusters.
I think that's
as well.
another Lost
Oh,
Boys
is that
reference.
from?
Is
what
it also
I
a
think
Lost
that was
Boys
from.
reference?
I think that's a dream sequence he has in the movie, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
I haven't
I mean,
seen
that's a
Lost
very
Boys.
80s effect, right? Like
Yeah,
they did
just,
that
like, faces
in
the walls and,
they did that in Nightmare on Elm Street too, where they
Yeah.
they have like a
Yeah.
mesh wall, and then
They've
they
done
have
it in a
somebody
few
like
things.
poking their face out. Yeah, they've done
Okay,
it.
okay.
Harry
They've done it a lot.
Potter
I
when
love
Stranger
that.
Things.
the face coming out of the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gorgon going through the wall.
What is
So-
the point? What is the point of that book? Why is it Scream?
Brent, come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, okay, let's go back.
Oh, you
So
kill it-
we
you
have
kill me.
Shining reference, this Shining reference, and then we have this wonderful Shining reference.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys were great.
I
What
love
species
this.
are they?
They're
those
that
are
one.
the floppy. The what's his name?
Julio. No.
Not Bully.
No, no, no,
They're
no,
not.
no.
They're not Ovicians.
The guy with one eye, the Jedi.
Yeah.
So
He dies on the Citadel. Saiz Tin. Yeah, he's,
Oh,
he's
no.
that species.
Hold
yeah.
on.
I have
Sasiutin is
I have no idea.
an Iktachi.
Iktachi.
That's
yeah.
what they are.
I really like
Yeah.
that design. They
Yeah,
did
me
a
too.
lot. They did a lot of in the prequels. They did a lot of aliens with like floppy horns. They did like the Togruta have floppy horns. The Iktok guys they have floppy horns.
Nailed it.
The Chagrians have floppy horns. I love the Chagrians. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I have one last
All the
reference.
references.
You guys got me talking about
Where's the
aliens.
Scooby Doo?
again.
The Scooby Doo? Oh, did I put the picture in? No, I didn't because it was really bad. But it's
That's okay.
after they're literally just running back and forth, Scooby Doo
Oh.
style, and
Oh,
yeah.
the
doing the
droids are
doorway,
chasing
the doorway
them,
gag.
and then you see Garbala.
And they even
everybody.
get
But it's
even
great.
getting in the suit of armor is like a Scooby Doo thing, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
kinda,
yeah. That's classic.
Literally, a giant man with a triangle on his chest is what happens to Scrappy Doo in the first live-action movie.
That's beyond my knowledge of Scooby Doo.
You don't remember the
one.
live-action movie?
Never
If you
watched
haven't
it.
seen it, James Gunn of Guardians of the Galaxy fame directed and wrote that. You gotta watch it.
I wasn't
I
a big
can't speak for
Scooby
I
Doo
know-
guy.
one.
I know AJ doesn't like it when people freak out about movies that people haven't seen. So I'm gonna.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious you're freaking out about.
Scooby Doo movie.
It's hilarious you're freaking out about that and not Lost Boys.
I mean, Lost Boys is a movie that you can go your entire childhood
Double
without
feature.
seeing, but I'm very shocked you went your entire childhood without seeing the live action.
I wasn't a
Scooby-Doos.
Scooby Doo guy. I didn't really watch the show.
I mean,
honestly.
I didn't really watch Scooby Doo either, but I watched
Matthew
the movies.
Lillard as Shaggy. I mean,
Dude,
he does a
so
perfect
perfect.
job. And I
Ray
mean,
Prince
come
Jr.
on.
is Fred.
I
It is.
know.
It is just a meme, Chad. It's like one long meme. It's perfect in
It's
every
beautiful.
way. And
I
Freddie
love
Prinze Jr., Kanan himself.
He is Fred.
He's Fred. Come
Then
on.
why won't you
What
watch
more
it?
do you need?
Well, I've seen parts of
One
it, 'cause,
thing,
like, whatever. But like, I always find it funny when he does like appearances at conventions. They show like the photo of like the actor, obviously. So they show Freddie Prinze Jr. and they show what else he's done, and Kanan's there. But then Fred from
Fred.
Scooby Doo is
He's a great
there,
Fred.
and I'm like,
His
think
eyebrows.
Somebody
It's like
knows.
four eyebrows.
One
Anyway.
to get back to the show here.
yeah,
One thing I really liked was kind of like Vinay's thing of like now that Palpatine is gone,
I'll be there.
again, he's like he wants to seize the power, and I like that idea in canon when it gets to that point eventually of there must be someone out there, people out there that want to take back the territory, so to say, like in like a crime world type thing. I don't know. Like with Jamie and I've been watching Breaking Bad and whatnot, and there's like, oh, we got to take their turf. and
Power
this and
back
that.
in. Yeah.
So like, I
Yeah.
like the idea of some bum out there that might have some force powers or something, like an
But it's
acolyte.
gotta
of
be.
sorts.
I mean, that's kind of what the Acolytes of the Beyond were in the Aftermath novels, and like what the Sith Eternal are, basically. And you know, the Knights of Ren were supposed to be like this, like, oh, we're gonna step in now, and now that there's
I'd
no
say
more other
Vinay
force
is
sensitive.
I would say no, he's not, because
He
he,
was.
couldn't
No.
open the door
Wasn't he?
himself.
Oh,
He,
yeah,
he needed someone to open the door.
he was using like the Holocron's power to like
Good point.
bring.
Yeah,
the
I'd
next
say
yeah,
that-
but he needed the holocron like to be activated. He couldn't
He
open
needed
the
someone
holocron.
to turn it on
So
for
there you
him.
go. So you're right. He was not force sensitive.
There we go.
That's
The
a
best
good
reference, though,
observation.
guys, is the shot for shot falling into the lava
Yes, the
From-
from Lord of the
It's
Rings.
Gollum. It's literally Gollum. I
It
knew
is.
that was gonna happen.
They
As
even make
soon
it
as-
look like a ring.
I know.
Yeah.
As
And
soon
then-
as he
and
was
then
on the edge, I was like,
So good.
we're literally going Gollum here, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
It was shot for shot. Like the fall,
Yeah.
he falls through, but then the mask is still there, and then it sinks. Just like
I
the
really
ring.
wish he was
like so good. Like love that one.
oh, that's great. I
There's
love
the
it.
alien reference.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Brent.
all right, you're
I was
free.
dying. I was dying there.
You're free. You're free.
Because
of
this is really,
pain.
I mean, we're just trying to figure out, like, they referenced so many
Yeah.
movies. and
Yeah,
they're short.
I'm pretty sure
I
we're
could go
missing
back
like half of them.
and count them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's must be more things I missed.
I don't think Terminator, I'm sorry, Millie, Terminator, he doesn't really ever, like, poke his hand back out of the
He
lava.
does.
He goes down.
He does the thumbs up as he's going up, as he's going down, rather. But yeah, this was definitely more Lord of the Rings because it had like. The
I would say,
holocron,
yeah,
and
it
he
was more
like,
Lord of the Rings.
Trying to
Would it-
hold it up.
Wouldn't
then
that be
it
kind
stayed
of
for a
cool
second.
if it was both? Like, he goes down, he's, like, sinking, and then we got,
And
like,
then-
the
Well,
thumbs up. and
Is
then-
Millie referring to the
so when he pokes his hand up after
and grabs
and grabs
the droid?
eliminate,
Annihilate.
um,
yeah.
or annihilate, eliminate.
Well, no, because
Well,
he
that's
just
just
like he,
that's a
he just, like,
classic
comes
thing
back
of, like,
up.
That's just like a classic, yeah.
The
like-
chicken and Family Guy and yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
it's like that thing.
That
I don't know
was
what
a
that is
reference to the
referencing.
chicken and Family Guy.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is
Second Family Guy reference.
what was the first
Or
one?
should I say Seth MacFarlane reference? Because Seth MacFarlane did the Star Wars robot chicken stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Seth MacFarlane reference.
Well,
then.
That's
Did-
more
well,
Seth Green project.
Seth Green did.
Well, yeah,
them.
but Seth MacFarlane voiced Palpatine in the.
Oh, you know
That's
that makes
who did
sense.
Palpatine.
Of
Okay.
course. You can't
Yeah.
hear Stewie in that voice?
No, I
What?
do
No,
now.
it
I do
did-
now.
Yeah, I have to go back and listen to it, but that's one of my favorite bits of all time.
Adam's Family Values.
Papa Palps.
Is that the one
Probably
where
something in there.
Wednesday and Tuesday go to? Or
Wednesday, Tuesday.
is it Wednesday Adams or Tuesday
It's Wednesday.
Adams?
Adams.
Wednesday
Wednesday.
Adams.
It's
I
Wednesday.
don't know the brother's name. They go to camp. Is that one? 'Cause that's the best one.
Is
And,
that would be the second one.
and
We'll tell
Christopher
you when
Lloyd
we
gets
got
married.
Adam's Family Values.
Oh, dude. I love Uncle Fester.
Speaking of what if,
Speaking of
now
what
this
if,
could be a spoiler, so
Why?
mute me if you don't want to hear this because it's
Spoiler
related. But
for
I'm
what?
not even for the latest episode of What If. They've finally done it. They found a way to reference Star Wars in
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I heard
For the
about
briefest
that.
second, I won't give context as to how or why, but you can spot Vader's castle in
In the
Mustafar
background. Yeah.
in a
it was actually
blinking you'll miss it
referencing
reference.
Lego Terrifying Tales.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
It could be. I'm not going to rule it out. It was too far away to tell if it was made of Lego or not.
That's funny.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. That's funny. That's good.
All right.
I'm like, oh darn it, they've done it.
Everyone's using the "Be Afraid" reference.
I mean, it's become iconic.
I didn't know that
become
was an
very
alien
iconic.
reference. I thought that was just
Pugsley.
like a phrase.
It was cute though,
Ugly, thank you.
because like Poe was giving an accidental Jedi lesson,
Yeah.
standing in the face of fear and all that, even though he was totally not afraid.
Fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Yeah, he
I
wasn't
love
afraid,
all of that,
clearly.
and BB-8's just like, "Are you sure? You sure about that?" But I love how at the very end though, Poe's literally like, "Yeah, you should come back with me, and you should meet my friend Rey." He just leaves it at that, and
Yes.
She knows a bit about the
she
Force.
knows a few things about the Force.
That was
it's
great.
Just, like, nice.
Teach you a
Really
few
MVP.
things.
Give me Rey's temple, please.
Yeah, we can definitely just
Eventually, hopefully.
Eventually,
Good.
in due time.
I still can't get over this.
I'm just imagining that like really like smooth jazz saxophone solo. Is that Careless
Yeah.
Whispers? Yeah.
Dude, somebody's gotta make that. Are you guys gonna make that? You guys are gonna make
Yes. So I
Really
shared
just
that
slapping
earlier
it.
today. I was like, this is my spoiler without context. And I shared the entire like 5-minute video of the sexy sax man playing Careless Whisper in public places from like 10
Oh
years
yeah.
ago.
Oh,
mind you.
my friends and I
One
used
of
to
my
watch the
favorite
hell out of
videos
that.
of all time. And like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
exactly what it was. And like so
I
good.
agree. I think
Spartacus.
Dean should be brought into canon. I'm just gonna say it.
Even if it's just in these Lego
Not
things,
Cosler
like,
though. Freaking Cosler.
my big question: Are we kind of
Always
done with the
Cosler.
Halloween
Always
special?
Cosler.
We got to the end.
Yeah. Do you have anything else
What-
to say? Yeah.
What they asked one of the producers or someone that helped make these Disney specials, these Lego specials, I should say. What holiday should they do next? And he made a joke. He was like, "Oh, I think we should do like an Ewok thing about Arbor Day." I think they're gonna turn that down.
Do
But
that.
like,
Hanukkah.
what holiday do you think they could do next? They could do
Hanukkah.
Christmas again.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
thinking-
Day would probably be
I'm
the
thinking
easiest.
Valentine's Day.
I'm thinking Hanukkah.
Maybe like
I'm
set it during the
serious.
Clone Wars, and Anakin has to like get Padme a gift without anyone finding out.
There you go.
That would be
Yeah,
good.
And
It writes itself.
And then it's
There
a
you go.
Yukio and R2 adventure. There you go.
And then like Hera and Kanan,
There you go.
Chopper has to go find like a box of chocolates for I don't know.
Yeah.
and he
that'd be
gets
fun.
distracted as
Lego,
per usual.
If you're listening,
Chopper
with
loses the
Hasbro
box.
and Lucasfilm,
Yep.
and Charles Soule, all
We're,
the people.
we're
listening.
available.
Call us.
You're
We'll be
available.
Give us a call.
voices. We'll play with our Legos just to like show you what we're thinking. I mean, just anything.
Landry's got our number. You can
Yeah.
just do it.
He does. He does.
Couple.
Yeah, I think I'm with Millie. It's Hanukkah. I think the three
That
of
could
them.
be really cute. I'd be very
I
cool
think
with that.
them.
That
That would be
super
great.
cute.
Hanukkah
I would
stuff.
Because they call it a holiday special, but it really is just Christmas.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Life Day.
Life Day. Yeah.
Life Day,
Space Hanukkah.
which is-
We need Space Hanukkah. As Mel Brooks so eloquently put it in that one. What was that from? I forget. Jews in Space. Remember that?
I
Does
don't
anybody
remember
remember that? Nobody knows that.
No.
I don't know what it's
Jews
from, but
in
that sounds like a Mel Brooks
space.
bit.
It's not
That
in
wasn't Mel Brooks
Spaceballs.
bit.
No.
No, that's
No.
not a Spaceballs bit. for
Isn't
sure.
that a reference that he made to the Muppet Show, saying, pigs in space with like Miss Piggy and whatnot? Or was that a reference to the Mel Brooks thing?
short segment in the
All these
1981 movie
references.
History of the World Part 1? It's from History of the
Oh,
World Part 1.
okay. That makes
Millie knows
sense.
what you're
In
talking about.
space. Thank you, Millie. Thank you.
I'm
I
totally
remember
lost.
trying to find part 2
And the-
through whatever. So
So the
much.
Muppet Show was a reference to that.
Yeah.
That shows you where my brain is right now.
That happens to me with The Simpsons almost every day.
So many like layers on layers of references. But yeah, I
You know what
love-
else? Oh, go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I love how this Halloween Terrifying Tale special was just they're like, let's just shove a bunch of references in here, make it Star
Oh,
Wars,
yeah.
make it Lego,
Oh, yeah.
and here it is.
Go
And
crazy.
it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Right,
It
Adrian.
reminded me a lot of those like Family Guy episodes where they like parody 3 different things.
Yeah.
And this was like,
Yeah.
I love that, and I want to see more of that in Lego form or anything. Like
I would love to
Yeah,
see more of these holiday
Dude,
specials.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like a Treehouse of Horror. Bring this back. every
exactly.
year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta step out.
Oh, Matt, we'll see you
Bye-bye,
later, Matt.
Chad.
Right. See it.
Good evening to you, good sir.
Goodbye, everybody, especially Chad.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
See you, Matt.
There he goes.
I'm so glad that Matt brought up the Lost Boys thing because I can't believe
That
That was like as
egg
we were
would have
going
been
on,
all
too.
over your face. I'm
Good
glad you
save.
still mentioned it. It's good.
all over
content.
me, all over it. 'Cause- Jeez.
Bye, Matt. Later, Matt.
Oh,
I have a
will miss
random
him.
side note here. That's still Lego. Oops, let me get rid of the
Yeah.
thing here. I randomly got this the other day, but it's brand new. And if you like mobile games, which I don't like mobile games, but I've really been enjoying this.
Oh, dude, yeah, Battles is fun.
Have you been playing it? It's a blast.
I've been playing a little bit. I got to get back into it more.
I've been playing so much. I just got it like last night before our podcast recording.
Yeah.
And it's really you play another person live, I'm pretty sure. You're throwing your stuff out there. You got to build turrets and whatnot. It's different from, is it Galaxy of Heroes is the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar kind of where like
I never got into that, but
you have a little more control in Galaxy of Heroes, but like this is more like an RTS kind of inspired, but you're just kind of like sending stuff off, and it's kind of like tower defense offense.
Exactly, yeah. And I've been really enjoying it, and it's just a cute, fun thing again. They need to add more characters, preferably from the sequels, but they have a flock of porgs as one of the
I love the flock of porgs.
It's nice being able to just play a portrait too, because it's just a lot more easier to just flip on and start playing again.
Yeah.
The flock of porgs literally took on like a TIE fighter the other day, and I'm like, how is any of this possible?
And it worked.
Yeah. Bird strike. I mean, takes down planes every day. Not every day.
True. That is a real life problem.
That is.
Yep.
But yeah, that was just a side Lego note. I was like, I'll throw this in. I've been playing this. But yeah, Legos, guys.
Crashed. Do you think
now we just need
crashed?
Yeah. Now we just need Lego Skywalker Saga. But we're not getting it until next year.
Eventually.
Oh God.
That's gonna be great.
Someday we'll all be able to play together, and it'll be a lot of fun. Although not online, I don't think.
I wonder if it's the same Palpatine voice actor they're using in that.
Probably.
Yeah, because like it's nice that they brought as many Clone Wars voice actors as they could.
Yeah,
obviously,
right.
Yeah, I would assume they'll pull over who they've gotten for Clone Wars stuff from
murder
before.
Of porgs.
I just remembered when Han showed up during Ben's vision.
That's
great. Oh, hey, we doing dream sequences? All right, well, I might as well step in.
Chad, hey, what Lego did you get, Chad? I'm interested. I'm gonna guess he got.
I've been getting some decent profits, so I'm thinking I might pick up the Marauder now that I've got a little extra Loki cash.
You should get that Moff Gideon cruiser. It comes with Mando with the spear.
Listen, I'm trying to save money.
Luke Skywalker in there if you want.
I got a Star Destroyer, so I could convince myself not to get something that big.
That's fair. That's fair. That's good.
Jackie, stay.
All right, what else you guys got on this?
I got nothing. I did all my stuff already. Oh, just in general about Legos.
You know what we haven't played in a while?
No,
the HoloNet Marauders.
It's a travesty.
I had to do it.
How could you
it came up last night in the podcast. It had to come up now.
It did.
It's a fan favorite. It's like playing Sweet Caroline at the Red Sox.
Polynesian Spa.
How could you Caroline at the Red Sox?
Not everyone loves it, but you got to do it.
Not everyone loves it. That's a really good point. You make a really fine point there, sir.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Where did Jack read?
Other Lego
that
story.
The other Lego story was back on.
What Lego story?
What other Lego story?
What was I talking about?
You're talking about.
I run my mouth.
Tower of Terror.
The Freemakers?
No. Oh, Tower of Terror. Yeah. No, it's not a Lego story.
That's not a Lego story.
I was talking about how that the Tower of Terror movie that was being planned, Scarlett Johansson was gonna helmet, and then the whole suit happened, and then I read that got settled, and so now it's back on. I was glad to hear that they were like they specifically mentioned it in like the press thing that she was excited to continue working on it with them. So I'm like, cool. So it's not canceled. Okay, good. Because I remember going on that as a kid. And like in the lobby and everything, like the scene and the mood that they set, and I'm like, we're gonna die.
Same feelings, yes.
Why are we doing this? So like, and it was such a realized story that I'm excited. I think that one is gonna translate really well to a big screen picture.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, not a Lego thing. I don't.
That's not a Lego thing. I'm sorry, I've been so off topic.
If they do they haven't really referenced Boba in any of these, but if they do, they need to have him just chilling in like a hot tub somewhere, or even in the video game. That's why that's why the game's taking so long. They're like,
because
we gotta
have to just like put in all those references there. Because they had like the clothes in the hot tub before, and now they gotta have Boba in the hot tub, and it's gonna be great.
Tem won't voice any character unless he's had like personal say over their look, and The shirtless Boba is just not meeting the standards.
I did notice the Star Destroyer in the back. They
was-
conveniently placed all of like the new Lego sets into each thing, like the Grievous one, the Star Destroyer.
Yep.
Not the Havoc Marauder, but that was on the short that Jamie always talks about. So
Yep, the short that I always. Yep, it's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Love that short.
The two things that I appreciate about like the animation and direction of these Lego shorts or stories in general is since the Lego movie, how much detail they put into making them look like real toys that are actually physically there.
Yeah.
It's not as apparent for these because you don't get like the thumbprints on the toys like you do in the movie, but I just love seeing like the texture on the like the faces and everything.
Yeah, they're like painted and whatnot.
They add a bit of wear and tear, like to Poe's X-wing.
Yeah.
If you get that set, it doesn't look like that. Like they made it look like it would look like in a movie a bit, and that was really cool. It had like carbon scoring and stuff on it, so that was cool.
I like that. It really feels like the kind of stories that you'd play with your Legos when you're like 4 or 5 or whatever, and you're just mashing them together. Like especially Vinay's like mech suit. I'm like, that's totally something I built.
He looked like just like a Metalbeard from the Lego movie.
He did, yeah.
The big suit.
That's perfect.
And I think like having all these just funny stories that are just absurd. These are supposed to feel like us as kids playing with Legos, and that's what the Lego movie. For everyone that's seen it, I imagine everyone here has seen it in the chat, and obviously the 3 of us
need to watch.
But the Lego movie. The main like story of it, like outside of it, it's Will Ferrell and his son. I don't remember their names. They're playing with the Legos.
His son's name is Finn, if I remember correctly.
They're playing with the Legos, and the kid just wants to do this and that, and the dad's like, "No, they have to look like this. Your band." And then he realizes he's like, "No, like this should be fun." So that's a lesson to all of us as Star Wars fans and whatnot. Like, have fun with it. It doesn't need to be strict and canon and all this. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Regarding the Freemaker adventures, I've seen a few clips and bits of them, and of course, I am obsessed with Roger.
Roger, where's the one? Where's the picture of him with the cup of coffee?
Oh, that's the cover of the book.
So he's canonized by that too. Droidography's pulling a lot of weight, canonizing all these.
Droidography is fantastic, and so like this is a random aside. This is another like random like visual guide of like a book and all about droids, and Roger narrates the entire thing, and it's like him talking about each of the droids. It's fantastic.
I tried watching them myself, and I'm like, "What are they doing? I can't." Oh God!
Cute little stories. They're
with Freemaker, yeah.
This was before like the holiday or anything like that, and since then, I've relaxed on the concept.
Hey, you gotta have fun with them. Well,
I thought they were supposed to be canon because.
Oh really?
Oh my goodness, he's got cookies.
Nothing Lego is.
Well, because the rule with Star Wars, like since the acquisition, was that everything was going to fit in a canon. There wasn't going to be the way it was in Legends, where it was this whole mess of like A, B, C, and D tiers of canon.
Stuff all over the place, yeah.
And it's like I have to pull out a freaking visual guide if I want to figure out whether this game is full, is it B tier or whatever. And so like that threw me through a loop because I'm like, this can't possibly be canon. I'm out.
I just like droids. I like Legos. I'm happy that they're making funny, silly stuff. I'm just happy to be here. Yeah.
Right. I've since realized that it's not canon, so who cares if it's gonna play with stuff in a weird way. At that point, it's on robot chicken tier of like.
Exactly. I was gonna say, watch it like you're watching Robot Chicken. Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
But I guess we're coming up on an hour here, which is what we usually aim for, guys. But anything else with Lego Terrifying Tales? I was very excited
seeing it. You corrected yourself, right? You said Night Buzzard because I heard Havoc Marauder. Okay, just checking.
He said Night Buzzard.
Just checking.
I said I almost said Havoc Marauder.
Isn't technically the Knights of Ren starship?
Isn't technically the Knights of Ren transport shuttle, and that's the Bad Batch attack ship. But yeah, I love how they even included like the little like skis like in the animation, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Little things. The little things. And yeah.
Shall we play the intro as the outro again? Because that was fun.
Yeah, if you want. Go for it.
Yeah.
We don't know when we will be back again since there isn't really any like new content coming out since we have Book of Boba Fett coming out on December 29th. That is when we can confirm our next HoloNet Marauders live will be.
We might try to do one though.
That's
like
so far away
a
though.
fun
So-
night. We'll see.
We'll
Figure it out.
see.
Stay tuned to the Twitterverse and
Yep.
Instagramverse and our Discord. Join our Discord, guys, if you aren't on there, and follow our
Send
Twitch. We're almost to affiliate. Not that that's super important, but it's a nice achievement. But with that being said, and then there's our outro right here. See you guys.